Alright, it's starting.
Dick cheese. First thing it's gonna hear. Dick cheese.
What's that fresh?
Howdy there, true believers. Welcome back to the NewWorldNation podcast, the official podcast of the NewWorldNerds YouTube channel. Here's what we do. We fucking rewatch and review one MCU movie leading up to Avengers Endgame. And we've definitely watched this one, both of us, recently. And it was super dope as hell. Dopest dope I've ever smoked. I have a different guest with me every time until I run out of friends. I've already ran out of friends, but this first time here, Mike Ross.
I would have a soundboard ready, but
He's here. He's ready to go, ready and raring. You guys might know him from any chat in the live stream.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Oh, classic. It never gets old. It's perfect. So when we were picking movies, Mike Ross had the luck of the draw. He got Guardians. I don't remember if this is the movie you wanted or not, but you're here.
I think I did because I was like, white people love the soundtrack, so I could talk about that at least.
Oh, man, the soundtrack was dope. My friend TJ is like, oh, you know what movie has the best soundtrack? Suicide Squad. I'm like, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my house.
I was like, I had good original songs.
Yeah, that's about it. The rest was just like, hey, people like Bohemian Rhapsody, put it right in. Put as much Queen as you can. And people were like, oh, when I think of Bohemian Rhapsody, I think about Suicide Squad. I was like, I think about Wayne's World because I'm a real man.
I think I listened to this soundtrack for like at least a week.
Yeah. I think I listened to it entirely too much. It definitely was a part of my Lane's friggin' podcast. My Lane's playlist when I was cooking stuff.
It's like Cody with Post Malone.
Yeah. It's like a beer. What is it? Beer bongs and Bentleys.
Beer bongs and Bentley.
Yes, we need another round. Here we go. another way around. Post Malone.
More Mambo number 5.
Okay, that's you think that's a funny thing? That's real. Mambo number 5 is great. So one of my friends from high school, he just released his album on Spotify, and I sent it to Shaggy because it's alternative rock. I was like, that's kind of his vibe. So I was like, oh, here you go. Here, my friend made these songs. You should listen to it. He's like, oh, that's really nice. I was like, yeah, it's no Mambo number 5 45 times in a row, but it's still pretty dank. Like, you should definitely check it out. Guys, if you guys are listening to this, Pacific Notion, they're here on YouTube. I'm going to put their link in the description. Go ahead, check them out. They're really cool.
Did they make outro music?
Dude, I should get them. I should ask. I thought about it like while I was listening to their album. Yeah. I was like, which ones start off like really good would be really good for one of the podcasts. Like one of them like goes in pretty hard. I was like, oh, that should definitely be New World Wrestling's like intro music right there. I'll hit them up about it. If you're listening, Chris, hit me up in the comments. So this is the 11th episode of New World Nation. We're getting to the nitty gritty. Let's start. Well, before we jump into Guardians of the Galaxy, before we swan Tom Bomb right into it, let's. There's some breaking news that we got. If you're not watching this live because it's not live, but the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse won an Oscar for Best Animated Film. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, I assumed it would.
Yeah, I know, but still, they're going to be like, Incredibles 2, man. I mean, it was okay.
I remember the Incredibles 2, Pixar put something, everyone just commented, Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, dude, I saw that. That was so great. I loved that. Just like, Into the Spider-Verse over and over again. That was great. My dad just texted me. He's like, it wasn't in your top 10 most anticipated last year. No love for Stan Lee. And I was just like, first of all, Dad, that was a top 5 list, okay? And just go ahead and assume it was number 6. That's not my fault. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out in 2018. That was the year. Yep.
Fuck, it's already 2019.
I know, dude. Where does the time go? I have 3 things written down in my notes. One says Guardians of Dick Cheese. I don't know if there's anyone's got any thoughts about that. A Space Avengers, because that's pretty much what they are.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. I think this was like the first time I was like, Who the hell are the Guardians of the Galaxy?
You're literally the dude that Karath the Accuser. Who?
So I was like, oh, I know who Iron Man is, kind of.
Yeah, I know of him. He's a dumb billionaire, drunk, just flying around in a goddamn metal suit. So,
I'm a drunk too.
Huh?
I'm a drunk too.
Yeah, you don't see me flying around in a suit. That's irresponsible. What do you drink? What are you drinking tonight? What do you got over there? Give it a waft.
I finished a bottle of wine. So.
Not a big deal. Humble brag. Not a big deal.
It's $2 chucks. It was like $2.
Hell yeah.
Dallas.
Oh man. So when this movie first came out, or whenever they first announced this movie, I didn't know anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I was already like super huge nerd. I'm gonna burp real quick. Boom. There it goes. But so I was. Oh, there's more. This is the only downside of drinking while you're doing a podcast. But this is what the people come for. They come for the burps. But so they released the slate of Phase 2. So everything was basically a sequel except for Guardians of the Galaxy. And I guess Ant-Man, but that came out after Avengers 2, whatever. So I went to my local comic book store and I was like, I don't know anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Point me in the direction to where I can find out more about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Guys pulls out this volume from 2008. He's like, here's everything. Of course, he sold, he hustled me because he gave me a trade back. He didn't just give me one, right? He gave me the more expensive one. It's fine, whatever. My dad paid for it. All is well, and now the rest is rock and roll history. We have a podcast because of it. So I popped that baby open and read it. I thought it was awesome. I'm trying to think. It's like War of the Kings or something like that. It was super dope. And then we started to get a bunch of information about the cast, like Chris Pratt. We got Zoe Saldana. We got Dave Bautista's Drax the Destroyer. That's my shit. I love wrestling. So Batista's going to be in a Marvel movie. That's my shit right there. So I started to really enjoy the cast, like all the people that were coming in. And then I was like, this is going to be like as good as the Avengers. And like, it didn't really hit me until we saw the first trailer. I'm like, hell yeah. Like when they had the soundtrack going, because I didn't really know Hooked on a Feeling before then. Like that wasn't really my jam, but it was awesome. All right, this movie will be as successful as the Avengers if people buy Groot and Rocket, like because they're the heart, like and they ended up being the heart of the movies. I felt like.
I said they were the sci-fi mice of men.
So which one's the slow one?
Oh, definitely Groot.
Look.
I was like, when did Vin Diesel get tired of saying "I am Groot"?
It was right halfway through the first day. I think he was about done. But it's like, do I say "I am Groot" or do I say "family" one more time? Here's the Coronas. I think they switched to Heineken in the last movie. Who can keep up? Hobbs, you excited for Hobbs and Shaw? Did you see the trailer for that one?
A little bit. I mean,
it's The Rock.
It's The Rock, so it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be dumb. They're putting superheroes in Fast and Furious. Whatever, dude. I'm down.
Is Kevin Hart gonna be in it, or?
Is he gonna? I know you like to keep him in your pocket at all times, Dwayne. So is he just gonna pop out?
Like pop out of the trunk one time, like, damn, why you moving around so much?
I was like, man, there's no room back here, Rock. You can't keep me back here. That'd be so funny. Like he's like the number one most wanted criminal or something. Sorry, number two, because you should be Idris Elba's second-hand man in that movie. That'd be great. So we got a Stanley cameo right off the bat. That's the Excelsior moment of the podcast. I can put it in post this time. Woo! There you go. The Excelsior. Stanley didn't make Guardians of the Galaxy. People were like, he's not going to make a cameo because he didn't make it.
I put in my notes, Stan Lee macking on a bitch.
Oh, man. Yep. It doesn't matter. He's just getting some of that space puss. You gotta get it however you can. Just get some of that space puss. He's like, yeah, I'm a watcher. It's like, I don't just watch. Oh man. And James Gunn, man, now he's gone. He got snapped out too. So
Not for my homie.
yeah, pour it right in my mouth. So, so you either need to get a gauntlet with 6 stones, or just find a homophobic tweet from years ago. Because either way, they're gonna be gone after that. I think this is gonna be the podcast where we least talk about the actual movie. Well, we got some stuff. Good. Let's hit them with some notes, Mike. What you got on that paper?
I think this was the first movie I felt I need to be a Marvel superhero so I can get jacked.
Yeah, dude.
Because like I saw Chris Pratt's the lead and like the fat guy from
Parks and Rec.
And then like they show him shirtless at the prison, and I was like, fuck, I need to get into a Marvel movie.
Yeah, you guys need to figure this out. So apparently when he was still kind of chunky whenever he auditioned for it. And then they're just like, look, James Gunn's like, we really want you, but you're kind of fat. He's like, look, we'll CGI abs on you if we have to. And then Chris Pratt's like, no, I'll do it. I'll get the weight off. So
then I remember like right after that movie, he had to do the whole gain a bunch of weight back.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah,
I was like,
and they explained it on Parks and Rec though why he was all like fit. They're in London. He was just like, "What'd you do?" He's like, "Dude, I just stopped drinking beer." He's like, "How much beer were you drinking?" He's like, "I know, right?"
Like my parents like, "Oh, you've lost so much weight," and I'm like, "Yeah, I just drink liquor now."
Yeah, sorry, I just got hair on my balls now, Mom. Yeah, I'm still a little pansy. I'm still drinking beer.
Also put Peter likes colored women.
He sure does. He's diversifying. He doesn't care what color. He doesn't care about it. He doesn't see that kind of stuff. He just wants more of that space puss.
He's an icon.
He's an icon. He's an icon living, much like Jaden Smith.
And then I put like whenever you see the woman that's just in his spaceship, it's like, damn, Peter, you dog, just like Dad.
Just like Dad. Oh, that's a good one, dude. Spoiler alert for Guardians 2. Dude, but that girl, here's your nerdy little tidbit for the podcast. That's Barit. She's actually a character in the comics. She actually takes down the Hulk at one point. She punches him right in the throat. There you go. You can take that one home.
Yeah, she's just a sex symbol.
Progress. Well, look, I don't even know. They all kind of had weird origins though, because like Groot and Rocket like have really weird, like Groot like looked like a much weirder tree. If that makes any sense. But so Marvel went cosmic. This was the first time they were like, oh, this is on the whole other side of the MCU. Don't even worry about it. Nothing to do with the Avengers at all. And I thought it was pretty dope. I had a really good time with this. I love the climax, probably the best, when he's just like getting down, dance battle, bro, me and you. When I watched it though, I felt like I was embarrassed for Chris Pratt though for a second. I was like, oh god, don't do this. And then it was actually really funny. Really funny.
I put it, like once I watched it again, I put a fucking dance off, really?
You
like
got
at first I was like, god damn it, this part's actually in the movie, and then
and then it was dope as
it makes
hell.
sense.
Yeah, it had to, just like Kevin Bacon. Just like the savior Kevin Bacon. I feel like that's how the world's gonna end. It's like it's not gonna go out in a fiery blaze. It's gonna go out with a Kevin Bacon dance off, and I think that would be our best chance to survive. Inevitable heat death of the universe. Kevin Bacon dance off. I'm gonna go Kevin Bacon dance off each time.
Zombie deer.
Dude, I saw that. That zombie deer. That shit was crazy.
Like they're in Austin now, so I'm like, oh fuck.
What are those things?
I think it's like some disease that deer get, and then they're saying, oh, it may be able to go to humans. I'm like, well, this college degree doesn't mean anything anymore.
so I stopped going. And I was like, give me my tuition back. I'm buying a gun. We're in the best place for it. I mean, or worst place, because everybody else has a gun. That's a New World Nation. The moral of the story was get a gun. Zombie deer out here eating brains.
When I was watching the movie, I was like, how the hell do the thieves have such great technology? And everyone else has nothing. I'm like, and why is no one guarding an Infinity Stone?
Yeah, I know.
Like 5 guys.
There's nobody. It's just that damn Ninja Turtles. They're like, oh, Morag, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It was weird. He does have really good tech, though. Like, I guess he got it from his other adventures, like, throughout the rest of his life. But, like, come on. Like, and when does he go back and get them? Because he just kind of throws them. When does he go? Does he go back and pick them up? Like, or does he have more? Because he uses the same gadgets against Thanos, but he didn't pick them back up from Morag. So weird. But yeah, the more Infinity Stones, we got the Power Stone. So at the start of Infinity War, he's like, oh, I got the Power Stone already. So everybody was already schmurdered then on Xandar. Like this movie was all undone at the start of Infinity War. But hey, Xandar's dead. I killed everybody. Bye-bye, Glenn Close. I don't care how many Dalmatians you make a code into.
Though I did like the new Thanos compared to this one.
Oh, this Thanos was garbage,
Yeah.
dude. I hated this Thanos when this movie came out. I was like, you look like fucking... I pulled silly putty over my knee. Like, you don't look good. You look like ass, bro. And then... Like, when people were like, oh, dude, why is he a different color purple than the last time? I was like, because he sucked last time. That's why.
That was an awful Thanos.
It was trash, dude. And, you know, just technology gets so much better. I just think of that SpongeBob episode. It's like, stop, SpongeBob. We have technology. do. Future Nico, you can put that in or you couldn't. Whatever you want to do. But depends what day it is. If it's still Monday, you got time. If it's Tuesday, put the baby up. Export it. Get it out of here. This movie, I think, was great. I think it was a bit of breath of fresh air. You know, Winter Soldier is pretty serious. I understand they're going to kill Xandar, but guess what? They're all aliens. I don't give a fuck about them.
They're not American.
They're not from America.
I think this was like the first one that was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Or at least did a good job of being funny.
It was definitely one of the times where they're like, hey, James Gunn, you know, you do your thing. Like, they let a director kind of be free. And
Yeah.
I guess he kind of leans more towards the comedic side. Have you ever seen this movie? It's called Super.
It sounds familiar.
It's with Rainn Wilson, Dwight from The Office. And
Probably not.
So it's got a few MCU characters, so this will be great. It literally had the villain in that movie is Kevin Bacon. It's directed by James Gunn again, and and Dwight, his wife leaves him. Liv Tyler, who's Betty Ross in the Hulk. Boom! I'm keeping it all in the MCU. So she leaves him because she has a drug problem. Whatever. Kevin Bacon's a drug kingpin. Dwight dresses up, becomes a superhero, becomes the Crimson Bolt, and he just starts beating people to death with a wrench. He just finds a wrench. He's just going and like beating the shit out of people. Ellen Page becomes his sidekick. She's Bolty, his sidekick, because she works at this comic book store, and she like loves comics or whatever. And then she finds out the Crimson Bolt's real. It's really funny. He just beats people with a wrench and says, "Shut up, crime." Either way, everybody like who makes like all the people in that movie make little cameos in this. Like the police officer in that is Peter Quill's like grandpa in this movie. Like Michael Rooker is in that movie. He's Yondu. His brother is in that movie. He's friggin' Ravager. Don't remember his name. Doesn't matter. But, you know. Either way, you should definitely watch Super. It's hilarious and kind of crazy. So it used to be on Netflix.
Yeah,
I don't know if it still is.
Everything's getting taken off Netflix.
Damn Disney. Taking all of our jobs. People are like, I don't give a fuck about their jobs. I just want to see Hugh Jackman in the MCU. Like, 200 people could lose their jobs. I don't care. I just want to get the X-Men.
I'm losing all these Disney or all these Marvel movies on Netflix. They're doing a new Clone Wars series, so I'm like,
Yes. What do I do? Am I happy? I'm going to buy just Disney. Honestly, I'll probably just say bye-bye Netflix. I'm going to go to Disney Plus. You're not my dad. Maybe they'll do like a sick student discount like Hulu does.
Yeah.
I just pay $5. Oh, I won't be a student. Nah. I'll beat up a college kid, take his email.
I'll use Yasmin.
Yeah, she'll be in there. She'll be in college forever. She's an idiot. To take that. Boom. I put Rocket and Groot. That's the only other notes I have. Dave Bautista, who knew he had comedic timing? It was great.
It shouldn't be funny that he doesn't get everything, but somehow it's still.
but somehow it is. The only joke that didn't land that he delivered is the one from Infinity War, where he's like slowly eating the nut or whatever,
Yeah.
and like it's just because like, guys, this is serious.
I always feel like the ostrich from Family Guy.
Dude, I love that dude. Oh man, I should put him in more of my videos. I got that. I do that all the time. Like with me and Gabby, we're just watching shit, and she'll say something. I'm like, I got it. Or she more gets mad and be like, laugh, I'm funny. And I'm like, yeah, of course. If you're here, sweetheart, you're so funny.
I think another note I had was nowhere is so fucking metal.
Yeah.
It's like it's in a fucking skull. And then I thought of, it's in a skull.
It's free real estate.
Someone saw that skull. It was just like, it's free real estate. Dude, that's awesome. Oh man, and then they're just sucking the marrow out of his skull. Dude, that place is metal as hell.
The Drax, Groot, and Rocket in the bar are like the three types of kids with strict parents in college.
Who's who? Who's what?
Because Drax just goes crazy, Groot stays innocent, and Rocket is the kid who did shit behind his parents' back.
Oh man, dude, but I feel like that was really funny. He's just like, that's the first thing he said. That was a batshit crazy. Oh man, they're all just like betting on shit. It was a space epic, and I really liked it. This just makes it, and it's cool, awesome adventure, but you can't have a cool, awesome adventure if you don't give a shit about the characters. And there's little things that they did in this movie that made you care, like just showing Rocket like without a shirt in the prison. Like, what is all that shit? That shit don't look good. Like, that shit looks nasty. And when he's like, oh, I doesn't ask to be made, and he's like such like a kid, like a drunk person. He's like existential crisis.
I put Rocket as also like the secretly depressed kids in college.
Yeah, they always come out after a few drinks. My mom never loved me. I don't even like school.
I didn't choose to be born.
I didn't choose. You don't remember what it's like to be my age. This is like Rocky's so 80s, man.
And I was like, where did these scientists get a raccoon? Did they travel specifically to Earth to get a raccoon?
And they were like, we're going to fuck with this shit. We're going to fucking...
That little bandit.
Yeah, we're gonna put him in some pants and shit. It's going to be a great time. We're going to teach him how to fucking pilot. It's going to be the cutest thing.
I was like, they called Earth Terra? That sounds so much fucking cooler than Earth.
Who's in charge of naming the goddamn planets? Terra's dope as hell. Can we get that changed? And that's why, so, like, he must have just been calling it Terra since he got abducted then, right? Because he's just like, you from Earth? No, I'm from Missouri. That's Earth, dipshit. When he meets the Avengers, I was like, because he just hasn't called it that in forever, but he was still, like, old enough to, like, remember what the fuck Earth was.
How do all these aliens know what cassettes are? Kids on Earth don't even know what cassettes are.
How do you build that freaking cassette player into his alien ship?
Like, it's all around a great movie, but then there's like small things. I'm like, wait, what? Also, I was like, what's chemo like in 1988?
Fucking trash. I'm just thinking about how Nowhere is so metal. Let's do an advertisement for that tourist campaign for Nowhere. Come on in. It's fine. What the bone marrow is fine. Dip your toe in. We got geysers out the yin yang. We got yellow goo. We got more yellow goo. Oh, the collector's here. You can't see his museum. The price of admission is your life when you're dead.
Get head inside a head.
All right, that's it. You won. All right, we got the that's the tagline. Everyone's gonna be there. Come get top in the head. Come get some. What are you? Some kind of pansy? Drink. Get some refreshments and gamble on some rat races. Spend your hard-earned money and take a dip. The Novacore, they suck. They're trash. They're like all there, like, oh, like everyone fire now. Like, I don't know. When they're escaping the prison, they all sucked. And then they were just getting schmurdered by all the Ravagers and what was Yondu? Freaking what's his face? Ronan, the shit villain, blue dude, Smurfette, Papa Smurf. Other blue person. He's gonna be in Captain Marvel, I believe. Set in the night. He's Reverse Dead. Has 90s. That's Reverse Dead is my favorite Linkin Park album.
I was like, does he just sit in like a thing of oil all day?
Yeah, he's just fucking chilling in that thing. Look,
like,
he's got bad skin, all right? He needs to moisturize.
And I think the first time I saw the movie, and then I went back and looked at the IMDb, I was like, oh shit, it's Amy Pond, but blue. I was like, it's weird not hearing her with a British accent.
Oh my gosh, you fucking nerd, dude. You just bring up Doctor Who on my podcast. You son of a bitch. Gabby's gonna like that. Because she's a nerd too. It's just like when all these Justin's like, you're not watching this anime, bro? And Gabby's the same way, like when I'm not watching Doctor Who. And I'm like, I'm not that kind of nerd.
I draw the line at anime.
I draw the line at weebs. Oh, dude, you gotta check the Lube Crew Discord. I shared a meme in there. It says like there's like a skeleton. It says a weeb, and then there's a regular dude. And it says weeb, and then the knife. It says fucking weeb.
Like in our hockey group me, someone had like a picture of their profile picture as an anime character. And then someone put like a picture of Sonic says if your profile picture is an anime character, your opinion doesn't matter.
That's hilarious. His survey says Sonic says you're a fucking dork.
I think he left the group me after that.
It's not Sonic's fault you're a fucking lame. Sonic is awesome. That movie's probably going to be trash, though. I don't want to talk about it. Because they said, Paul Rudd had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. Then make the movie later, you idiot. I don't want to see him fucking Cyclops never get the girl ass notebook motherfucker, fucking police officer and Sonic. Guardians of the Galaxy, top tier MCU, that's for sure. I'm glad this was the one that kind of went off the rails.
This is the only Sonic I care about.
Your actions have consequences. No, wait, hold on. Be ready to put it. When the Novacore catches Peter Quill.
You freaking freaks! What will you learn? What will you learn? That your actions have consequences.
Oh, I like John C. Reilly in this. He was pretty funny. I always thought he was going to end up being revealed as like the Nova. You know what I mean? Like Richard Rider Nova or something like that. And then his wife and daughter were pink. And I was like, I guess he's not Nova. Well, life gives you lemons. And then they're all dead now, so it's fine.
Well, life gives you lemons.
I live my life by that.
My soundboard has too much of a lead in. Hear all that part.
Yeah, definitely. The one I've been using a lot is the Will Smith. Ah, that's hot. And there's one with the default dance from Fortnite, and it's just like blaring out the freaking speakers. Brr.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh man, that's the best, dude. So someone put that over the genie yet?
I don't. I heard someone was like, "I'm a genie in a bottle."
You gotta rub me the right way. But people are like, "Oh, why isn't he blue?" And then they make him blue. It's like, "Oh, why is he blue? He's not Robin Williams, man." I'm like, "Shut up! This is a kids movie. They're not gonna cast Will Smith and not let him look like Will Smith."
Well, you're gonna hate it either way. I don't.
Yeah, you fucking
What is
pansy.
this? A Star Wars movie?
What is this? Goddamn Last Jedi? What is this? A DC movie?
I like how I always comment, "Oh, they got off track," and I'm the one getting this podcast off track.
Wait, what?
Like I'm always like, "Oh man, they're not staying on topic."
Yeah.
Like his whole podcast hasn't been on topic.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because you're like, I love how you talked about Iron Man the whole time. The first episode, I'd go and talk about how the Flash trilogy should be. Well, that's because I was drinking. I'm not doing that now. There's a difference. This is casual. The other one I had a little too many. And then I found an ice before one of our podcasts. Do you play that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found one. It was warm, and I had to finish it, and I still had a few beers, and so it wasn't going well.
I
But
just
yeah.
like impressing people that don't drink.
Yeah.
You finished that so quickly. I'm like, it's average.
Yeah, you should see my alcoholic friends. Justin, show him. Or be like, Thad, show him. Yeah, last time I partied with Thad, he didn't last very long. Anyways, we're getting way off track. No, well, Thad, I thought about this for a while. He could do a great Peter Quill cosplay because he kind of has the beard for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just give him a jacket.